Okay, most people think that their comfort zone is harmless. It's where they reset, it's where they rest, it's where they feel safe. But here's the truth that nobody wants to admit. Your comfort zone is quietly turning you into somebody that you don't even want to be. And the longer that you stay there, the more you lose the life that you could be living. You know that feeling that you've had all year long, the lack of momentum, the stagnation, the frustration that you have with yourself. That didn't come from failure. That came from comfort. Because comfort is not neutral, it has a cost, and that cost is your dream life. Now I'm smiling because this video can be a turning point in your year. It can be where things start to change, but you're gonna have to get uncomfortable. You're gonna have to get uncomfortable because growth comes from discomfort. But I care about your goals, so I'm going to give you the hard truths today that you're gonna have to face for you to actually start changing your life. We're gonna do something today that 99% of people never do at the end of the year. We're going to look honestly at who you've been, what you've avoided, and how your habits have shaped your identity. Because until you face the reality of your past year, you're not in a place to design a different one. In other words, your 2026 resolutions won't mean anything if you don't learn from your mistakes from the past year. So, in this video, you will know why comfort holds you back, what it costs you, and finally, how to actually get out of your comfort zone. And then finally, you will be in a place that you can build yourself to be someone that you're actually proud of. Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Bianca St. George. I'm a professional soccer player, and to be where I'm at today, I had to get out of my comfort zone. And it has taught me so much that I understand that any goals that I have in life will require me to be uncomfortable. And I'm here to teach you how to do the same. But this is also the second part of my 15-part series that I'm running through the whole month of December. In the whole month of December, I am preparing you to review your 2025, close this chapter so you're in a better place to design 2026 so you can actually reach your goals. If you want extra support and accountability, I'm running a self-improvement challenge throughout the month of December where you can join and you can have daily tasks, worksheets, a workbook, and daily prompts that will allow you to make progress, look at yourself introspectively, and see the areas of your life that you failed to acknowledge in the past and that have kept you stuck. So it's not too late to join. Even if December started, you can still join. It's free. It's the first link in my description. And we will welcome you with open arms because we love people that want to be built different. Now, enough about this. Let's get into the video. First off, why does comfort hold you back? It can be very misleading because when things are comfortable, you might think that there isn't a problem. But you're someone that wants to reach your potential. And when you are comfortable, it rewires your identity. Let's just get something straight. Comfort doesn't just keep you still. It changes who you are. Every time you choose to do the comfortable option over the uncomfortable one, you're not just delaying your progress, but you're training your identity. So comfort will slowly rewire your brain into becoming someone that has lower standards, less discipline, less self-respect, less clarity, and less courage, all of which are needed if you want to reach big goals for yourself. Your identity, basically how you view yourself, is so important because you act based on how you view yourself. And your reality is the result of how you act. So if you let comfort design your identity, you will simply become mediocre. Because the average person wants to stay comfortable. The average person doesn't want to take the leap of faith and courage to get out of their comfort zone. So if you listen to comfort and you remain in that identity, you will just be like the average person. But think about your goals right now. Your goals requires you to be a different version of who you are right now. It needs you to be extraordinary, not do the ordinary thing. So you can't keep doing what you've been doing right now because if not, it will cost you, which is the second part of the video. What does comfort cost you actually? This is the question that you need to personally answer for yourself. This is where you can allow yourself to really dream big and think about your big life dreams and understand that comfort will not get you those results. So if you need help to brainstorm, let me tell you a few things that it can cost you. It can cost you your destiny because big dreams require big actions, but comfort keeps you small. It can also cost you opportunities because opportunities sometimes only come once and the doors open only for people who move, but comfort keeps you in a space where you miss the window. It can also cost you your creativity. This one's very sad, but comfort really numbs you. Comfort numbs your mind. And you need imagination, you need vision, you need boldness if you want to achieve your big dreams. Comfort can also cost you courage because comfort makes you scared to take risks, but dreams require guts. It can also cost you the future that you could have. And whatever you have in your mind right now is exactly meant for you. Because what you have in your mind is different than what I have in my mind. And the reason is because God put that in your mind for a reason. It's because it's meant for you to achieve that. You have that vision for a reason. It's because it's aligned with who you are. But comfort will cost you that future. You are not entitled to get it because you dream about it. You have to take the actions to get there. But comfort will always keep you loyal to the life that you know, even if the life that you want is begging you for you to grow. Comfort can also cost you your standards. And this one is really sad because it is so invisible. Comfort will slowly lower your standards until you accept mediocrity as good enough when you used to set such high standards for yourself. Now, the last one is that comfort can cost you all the people that you were meant to impact. And this one hits home a lot for me because your dreams aren't just about you. They're about all the people that you could have inspired, that you could have helped or influenced by your success. So what was the point of me telling you all this? It's for you to understand that it's going to be painful no matter what. You're either going to experience a lot of pain by getting out of your comfort zone and doing the hard work, or experience the pain of regret by not doing anything. Because if you were meant to be average, you would not care about this type of video. So clearly you know that you want to be in the top 1%. You want to become extraordinary. You want to have success that's not what other people have. But you need to be humble and realize that comfort will get you just like everybody else. The people that become successful wasn't by luck. They all had to get out of their comfort zone. It wasn't easy for anyone. And the people that it was easy, it actually ended up biting them back in the ass because they didn't deserve it and they can't keep up with it. But you having the skills to get out of your comfort zone will make you ready for the success that will be given to you because you will have built the tools. It will be deserved. So just know that it's a privilege for you to work on the skills to get out of your comfort zone because you will be able to handle the success that will come at you. So right now, if you don't do anything, you might still be comfortable for a bit, but you know that you're going to get that feeling again where it's eating you alive, that you want to do something differently. So don't waste another year where you wish you would do something out of your comfort zone when you can do this right now. You can choose to do the hard thing right now for a better future. And what is that hard thing? It starts by facing the truth. Now, before I go into this last part about how to get out of your comfort zone, I want to say that I'm not perfect, okay? I'm telling you like, oh, you need to get out of your comfort zone and you got to do things differently. I'm saying that because I'm also a victim of my comfort zone. I might have been really good at doing it for my job. I've definitely gotten out of my comfort zone to become a professional athlete, but I have bigger goals for myself. I have big aspirations. My job as a soccer player is only a little part of my life. I don't view this as my peak. I view this as a stepping stone. I want more for myself, and that requires me to do things differently. Look, I'm on YouTube. I could be so comfortable right now and just be okay with the salary I'm making and where I'm living. I'm in off season right now where I have 10 weeks where no one tells me what to do. 10 weeks off where I can do anything I want. Anything. I could be the most comfortable I've ever been right now because I'm still getting paid. But I have to choose every single day to get out of my comfort zone and post on YouTube and create the challenges and build my business and keep learning and keep growing and keep investing in my self-improvement. Those are all things that I'm choosing, and they're really hard because a few months ago, I was a victim of my comfort zone. I had something very unfortunate happen in my life that came out to be very fortunate, but initially it felt like it created so much chaos. In January, I was told that I needed to move across the country and switch teams. That was totally unpredictable. It caught me off guard and it turned my world upside down. Big events like that are usually what triggers your comfort zone because you are living in fight or flight. I had to move everything. I had to organize my travel. It was a shit show. But once I got into my new place, I could have started going back onto my routine and keep posting and keep being on track with everything. But I used my move as an excuse to stop going on YouTube, to take a break. And my lizard brain kicked in. And in the moment, my excuses felt valid, but that lingered for way too long because I got comfortable. And that was a huge wake-up call because when I started posting again, I realized I lost a lot of subscribers, I lost a lot of momentum, I lost a lot of growth, and that really hurt. But it would have hurt even more if I waited longer. So don't beat yourself up if you've been in your comfort zone and now you're trying to get out of it and you realize that you've wasted a lot of time. You should be proud of you doing the thing right now because that's all you can do. It's to start making changes today. Now let's get you out of your comfort zone. How do you do this? You do this by facing the truth of who you've been in 2025. That is the first step to change. And if you want to face who you've been, I don't want you to look at your intentions. I don't want you to look at your goals. I don't want you to look at your vision board. I want you to look at your habits. The unconscious, automatic, comfortable things that you do every single day. Because habits are habits for a reason. They are things that you do without effort. And they could be things that support your goals or go against your goals. Your habits really do shape who you are because they are, I think 70% of what you do every single day is unconscious. And you need to be aware of what your habits are because most people make the mistake to start the new year by adding new habits and goals, but they never take the time to understand themselves first. And if they don't do that, they will keep their old habits and their avoidance patterns that are still running their life. And that is why so many New Year's resolutions fail. It's because people enter January with new habits, new goals, new routines, new intentions, but they never process the old patterns that kept them stuck. And when you don't process that, when you don't really face who you've been and the actual habits that you do, you will fall back into what's familiar. And it's not because you're weak, it's because that identity that was created from your old habits were never really challenged or replaced. Remember that you cannot change what you don't understand. And facing the truth of who you've been really can hurt sometimes, but you should embrace that because you're gonna be uncomfortable, and that's where growth happens. You can't expect to change your life if you never acknowledge the patterns that have been holding you back, that have kept you comfortable in the past. So if you don't see who you've been in 2025, you'll automatically repeat it in 2026. So now, how do you actually see the habits that are holding you back? You see them by reflecting on what your life actually looked like during the whole year. Answer these questions. What did you avoid? What did you procrastinate? What did you choose to do instead of the things that you should have done? Also, how did you cope with stress? How did you self-sabotage? And what patterns repeated themselves over and over? You'll see that a lot of what you'll realize have been things that have been ruling your life, not only in 2025, but for the past years. And again, I get it. It sucks to face, but that's the only way that you can start changing because you're going to have to replace those habits. When you see those habits, you'll finally be able to identify which version of you your comfort has designed. And I want you to pause this video because I'm going to give you 6 different versions of who you could have become from your habits. I'm not gonna read through them because it would just make the video much longer, but you can pause and identify. And the reason it's important to do this is because you want a reality check. You want to see the lower version that you became. And this is really important because once you realize that it's painful it will become more painful to stay the same than to change. Once you realize that your comfort zone isn't actually comfortable because you're in a lot of pain, to realize that that's who you've become, that will be some fuel to your fire. That will be the fuel for you to actually do something different. Now, once you've identified your habits and who you've become, I want to say congrats, because most people don't make it this far in the video. So you're already ahead of 99% of people already. You're already closer to making big changes next year. But if you need extra support, you can still join the challenge, because the challenge really goes in depth with daily prompts that really makes you think about all areas of your life. And that's what you want to do. You want to be honest with yourself. When you choose to face yourself, you stop living as the comfortable version of you and you start stepping into the one that is built different. So in this video, we've talked about comfort holding you back and keeping you stuck because it rewires your identity. Then we've faced what it will cost you if you stay there. And finally, we've identified the habits that are keeping you stuck. Now, the next step in all this, you might think, all right, now how do I want to change? Not so fast. There's one more step for you to close 2025, and that will be in my next video, the part 3 of this series. I hope you're just as excited as I am that we are moving forward. And if you want to share some valuable insights that you have gotten from looking at your habits, share it in the comments, because it's so amazing when we see each other's growth. It's inspiring. It holds us accountable. It makes us go into a positive direction, and we make better progress when we do this together. So I hope that you join the private community, because that's where we can really support each other on a deeper, more connected level. But if you really don't like those type of things, it's not something I'm going to force you to do. I just really hope I see you in my next video where we can really finally close this chapter. Thank you so much for listening until the end. I love you so much, and I will see you very soon in a new video. Mwah.